Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. This game exists on way too many platforms. So many. But before I get into that, let's just talk about the game itself. Just the base game as it is on most platforms. There's a very wide range of characters from many of Sega's franchises, hence the name Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. There's also a massive selection of tracks. Some are different in version to version, but mostly they're the same. I mean, I think they're all great and fun to play on, at least, so yeah. Let's just begin with the Windows version, since it's probably just the best way to play it nowadays. It does have its downsides though. But before I get into that, I mean, the graphics are great, the frame rate's smooth, I mean, what's not to love, right? So, they didn't give it online support, or achievements. I feel like that's just such a missed opportunity, because this is probably the one platform where people play online the most, other than, you know, the Xbox and PlayStation 3, right? So, I just don't get it doesn't make any sense. So apparently it's something to do with piracy, because people on PC will just steal the game instead of buy it. That's a terrible reason. But at least about the achievements stuff, they do have achievements. They're just not on Steam. It's in the game only. The sequel has them, but not this one, which is just weird. Also, there's no cloud saves. That's just annoying. This is my license on the Steam version. Played 2 hours, it says, but I've actually played more. It's just that the license got deleted. I have to play the game using Parallels, by the way, because I'm on a Mac. I must have just uninstalled Parallels and then reinstalled it and found out it didn't save to the cloud. On Parallels, it's really weird. It kind of glitches. You can't really see it right now, actually. Yeah, like it just, some textures just flicker. But thankfully, it's not an issue during the races, so yeah. I don't really have anything else to say about this version. It's pretty standard. I mean, the graphics are great. It's just unfortunate that it's missing some features that the other versions have. But yeah, let's just go on to the next version. Right, so we have the Xbox 360 version. It's basically the PC version with online support, as well as Banjo-Kazooie and the Xbox 360 avatar. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice that they've got exclusive characters. This is one of 2 versions that has that. Unfortunately, they didn't put this one as backwards compatible for the Xbox One, which is really annoying. Only the sequel, and people often get confused because the titles are really similar. So at first I was like, oh, it is on the Xbox One, but no, it isn't. So I don't actually have this one, so this isn't my footage. But yeah, other than some minor extra features, it's the same as the PC version, so let's move on. So the PS3 version, it's the same as the Xbox version, except without, it doesn't have the extra characters, unfortunately. Yeah, it's probably the most standard version of the game you can get. It's got online support at least, unlike the PC version. I don't think it's compatible with the PlayStation 4 or 5 as well, so I think it's just PS3. Yeah, but it's basically the same as the Xbox one, so let's move on. Alright. Here we are in real life. Here I have 2 packages which I've got, and they're both Wii games. Only one of them is actually required for this video, and that's this one here. But I thought I'd just unbox the other one too. I've got this iPhone 5C for later in the video, currently charging. Got the microphone, just recording the audio at the minute through the computer, so it sounds better through my phone. So we have these 2. This is the one I actually want, but let's just open this one. The one hand, I didn't think about it. And here we have Metroid Prime 3. Why am I buying Wii games in 2024? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. Yeah, I thought I'd get that. Let's take a look inside. That's a game disc. I mean, yeah, they're pretty cheap nowadays, most Wii games. I say most, because some are really expensive stuff. Oh, more expensive than they were at launch. So, yeah, right, here we have this one, which is the one I want for this video. Rip this open. See that Sega logo in there. Seg. There we go. Oh, it's not fully open. Right, here we have Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing for the Wii. Wow. What a what a nice disc we have right here. We got the health and safety. Yep, you need that. Oh, we got the game manual. I'm not reading that. Oh, what's this? Sonic Spinball. Feel the rush. Alright, yeah, so we have this. Sonic All Stars Racing. It was also on the Wii. Let's talk about it. Wait a second, I recognize that logo. Go back. Enhance this image. This thing's compatible with the Wii Wheel? You could play Wii Play with the Wii Wheel. What do you mean it's compatible? Alright, well, it's not very practical, but you can do it. You can. Now I need to put Wii Play back to where it came from. Right next to the ultimate silly song countdown. And my wallet. So yeah, as you might have been able to tell, they put it on the Wii too. The Wii wasn't quite as powerful as its competitors in the console industry, since it was really just a more powerful GameCube, which was last generation's console. So the graphics aren't as good on this one. It might look pretty nice here, but that's because it's upscaled. This is what it really looks like. It doesn't look bad, but it's just really pixelated because it's only 480p, and also it feels a bit slow. I think the frame rate's slower too. But that doesn't make it a bad version of the game. This one, like the Xbox version, does have its own exclusive character, which is you. I mean me. It's the me. The me. So yeah, you can play as your me in this one, just like in Mario Kart Wii actually. I wonder where they got the idea from. And yeah, that definitely gives this version some sort of personality over the other ones, other than its mediocre graphics. This one also does have online play as well, so that's a plus. Well, I mean, obviously Nintendo already shut down Nintendo Wi-Fi connection years ago, but it would have been good when it was still around. Oh yeah, for some reason you can't use a GameCube controller in this version. Just a bit annoying. Oh yeah, this one actually is backwards compatible, unlike the other console versions. Well, if you have a Wii U, that is. And who has a Wii U? Wait, using the Wii Wheel in this game is actually great. You wouldn't think so because of how I'm driving in this clip, but that's because I'm using one hand. I tried using it with both hands and it is pretty good. The sensitivity is really low, so you can get so much control with it, and you can still turn fine if you just, rotate the wheel a bit sharper. So I think it's actually great. This version of the game actually came with its own wheel as well, but sadly I don't have that yet. Also, my favourite all-star move in the whole game is definitely from this one. It has to be the Mii's one. It's because it just summons a bunch of Mii's, and they just pick you up in their arms and carry you around. But that reminds me, I haven't even spoken about all-star moves. So basically, each character has their own unique move, which they get if they're doing badly in a race. And yeah, they're all pretty great. But anyway, I think I've spoken about all the differences in this game now, so let's move on. Alright, here I have another parcel. So yeah, let's just open it. Let's find out what's inside. Bubble wrap. Well, I think you can kind of see what it is now. If you haven't already guessed what it might be. Alright, yeah, there we go. Finally. Here we have Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing for the DS. Let's open it up. Take a look inside. Got the game cartridge. Very nice. Oh, we got more health and safety. Oh yeah. It's like mini versions of the ones from the Wii version. Wow. Let's pop this into my my DS Lite with one hand, of course. Alright. Let me do that in the microphone. Brilliant sound. Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. Oh, it's low battery. Forgot to charge it. Whoops. Oh, we got the opening cutscene. I wonder if there's any save data on this thing. Oh, the music's different. It's different in a good way. That's nice. Brilliant. Yeah, let's. Oh, there is Toby. Well, I won't delete Toby's license. I'll create a new one for myself. Be Eggman. What does it say? Would you like to play the tutorial? Yeah, why not? With one hand. I'm just gonna dump this ROM quickly and the save file and put it on my computer and then play it that way. But yeah, let me do that. Let me get my 3DS out. Hello. Yeah, I'll be back. Alright, here we are with the 3DS. I've put the DS on charge and let's pop this in here and let's open this thing up. Something else? I have no clue what I'm doing right now. I was supposed to just press A, copy. Right, there we go. We're now copying to the SD card. I'll copy the save over as well. Why not? Power off the system. Alright. Right, now we can get to playing it. That's a tiny window. Oh yeah. Let's go. Alright, oh yeah, I'll just I'll meet you on the computer. Ooh. Alright, yeah, so here we are in Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing for the DS. Got my my new license. Let's just into a game, I suppose. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be using the GameCube controller for this. It's not drifting half the time. The input lag's crazy. So, the DS version. I'm pretty sure every version of the game has the same soundtrack, except for the DS version. This version also replaces 2 tracks. These are Sunshine Tour, which is replaced by Studio Amigo, and Rocky Coaster, which is replaced by Sunfair. Like with the Wii version, this footage you're seeing here is enhanced with an emulator, so it doesn't normally look this good. This is what it normally looks like, and it does look pretty bad, but on the DS screen, it looks great, even though it is a little bit pixelated. So I think the only changes really are the tracks, the missions, and it's got a map on the bottom screen. Oh, and the music, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. So why don't we move on? Right, welcome back to real life. Terrible place to be, I know. Here we have the iPhone 5C. It's not actually 10:32 right now. Yeah, it's not the 3rd of February anymore. It's like the 7th, and it's definitely not 10:33. What time is it? It's actually 6 o'clock. And the time and date is right. We can get onto Sonic Racing on the iPhone 5C. I mean, it works on other iPhones too, but this happens to be the one I have, which can play it. Now this is because... Now this is because it only works on 32-bit supported iPhones, because it's a 32-bit app, and Apple removed this feature in the updates after the last one that you can get on the 5C. So you can play it on other later iPhones, and you know, obviously previous iPhones, but you can play it on later iPhones too if they have an older version. Obviously you can't play it on like a modern iPhone because those don't allow it. So here we have my account, Bingus. I made this in like 2020, I think. So yeah, I mean, the full game's on it. This is the first version of the game I actually played. Not on this phone, but on my dad's phone, which was also a 5C. It was blue. So this version is actually very interesting. One of the main things is that you can actually put it onto a Mac, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Actually, I'll just show you now. So you just need to do AirPlay mirroring. That's not the right one. So you just need to press accept, and then it should show up. It should just take over the screen. Would you look at that? It's a bit glitched. It doesn't mirror the screen. It extends it. It's actually really cool. I only found out about this when I was trying to find a way to record it natively on this phone, because obviously the version of iOS that this thing has doesn't support recording apps, you know, without jailbreaking it. Look, it has the background, but not the things. A little light in it. But yeah, so you use the motion controls from your phone. Oh, wow, I'm not doing well. One hand. You just use the motion controls from your phone, and the sound does go to the computer as well. And then you can tap things on here. This would be easier with 2 hands, so I'll just show you a screen recording of it. So So yeah, one thing I have noticed is it is a bit laggy, so there could be another way to do it, like wired, because it is plugged into the computer right now. So that could be a possibility. It's a really cool thing. I didn't know about this. I found out that you can mirror the iPhone to a Mac by using a QuickTime player. However, that does just mirror it. You can't have the cool AirPlay features, but it does, you know, work. There's no latency. It's clearly not laggy, as you can tell. You might be wondering why I'm doing so terribly. It's just because I'm banned again. Oh, I turned it off. I turned it off now. Recording stopped. So here's what the gameplay looks like when you're looking at the iPhone, and here's what it looks like when the iPhone's being recorded. It does definitely look better on the iPhone screen. Like, it does actually look quite nice in person. But anyway, this game was on both iOS and Android, although I think the iOS version released first. So it's basically just the DS version, but with the original game's music, because it does also have the same replacement tracks as the DS version. But there's one really funny thing, and that's that this version has online support, but the PC version doesn't. You can't actually use it anymore, but still. Right, I think that's about it, so let's go on to the next one. So, the Mac version. Yes, they put it on Mac 3 years after most of the other versions were released. So it was released in April of 2013. Also, this version was developed by Feral Interactive, as opposed to Sumo Digital, who developed all of the other versions of this game. Unfortunately, it's only 32-bit, so it doesn't work on modern Macs. Thanks Apple for removing 32-bit support from Macs. And iPhones. They removed it from iPhones too. It's a good thing we still have this thing lying around. So this is the 2010 MacBook Pro that we've had for years. Probably since it released. It's just been lying in a box for a very long time. And since it's now unsupported, they had to remove it from the App Store, which is the only place where it was available. So in order to get this game to work, I need to use alternative methods. But I think it's okay, because there's no other way to get this game anymore. So, game preservation. Oh, I also found out that this thing actually uses the same save as the PC version as well, so you can just transfer it over. Yeah, I managed to get it to work. That's my license to Steam. I tried to record the game through the computer itself, but this is what it looked like for me, and this is what it looked like for the recording I took. So I gave up on that. But when I wasn't trying to record it, this is what it looked like. So it actually looked pretty good, even running on this thing. But the loading times were abysmal. I was waiting for ages. But before I even could load up the game, it did say that my Mac barely even met the minimum requirements for it. So I'm not surprised that didn't run that well. Anyway, this game is basically just the Windows version, so yeah, let's move on. There's one version, and this is probably the most unique version of all of them. It's for the mobile phones which couldn't handle the real mobile version. It's the Java ME version. This thing looks like a Game Boy Advance game. Also, it turns out I was wrong when I said the DS one was the only one with different music, because this has its own soundtrack as well. In other versions, you have to buy the characters using Sega Miles, but in this one, you unlock them by playing the game. So yeah, pretty much all the tracks are kind of unrecognizable because of how much they've had to be simplified for this game. Wait, they put this game on arcade machines as well? I swear this list of platforms never ends. So all this version is just the same game on an arcade machine with slightly changed graphics, and they removed some features. That's it. The end. Thanks. Oh, finally. That's all the versions of this game. I'm so glad that's over. But this game was created because Sumo Digital just finished Sega Superstars Tennis, and they just felt like making a racing game. So they did. They called it Sega Superstars Racer. I'm definitely glad that name didn't stick. They originally wanted different types of transports, like Sonic being on foot, Eggman in an egg pod with legs, and Tails in a biplane. But this apparently wasn't that great, so they switched to just entirely cars. Well, Tails does ride in a plane, but it doesn't fly. They were also planning to add some other characters from other Sega series, which some of them actually ended up being in the sequel. They're even going to add Mario as a Wii exclusive, but that just didn't end up happening. We got the Mii instead. Anyway, goodbye. Wait, what is that? How did this stuff even get here? What do we got? Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing on the DS. Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing on the Wii, yeah. What is a who? What is this doing here? The Ultimate City Song Countdown? What? Check the third for the Wii? Oh no. Can't be. Sonic and All Stars Racing transformed. No. Oh, what's this one? There's a Team Sonic Racing too. Nah.